All right, hello Figgy fam, we are back with another week. Nemo starts today. Company technically started yesterday. Rent is still going, and we're getting closer and closer. So that's kind of what we got going on this week. So you're gonna see us bopping around between the 3 shows that we're currently working on, because we do have our first company rehearsal where we're actually able to be there, which is on Thursday. Oh, there's a pimple like right there. Love that. I was wondering what it was. So that should be fun. Come along with us. All right, so it is Monday. It is technically my day off. So I do have to remind myself that, because I am one of those people that, like, with the kind of job that I have and being a multi-hyphenate cedar maker, I guess, it's hard to, like, not do some kind of work. And the thing is that today I do kind of have to do some work for Nemo, since I have to make sure that everything's fine before today's rehearsal. So I am gonna take a small little break, make a smoothie, make some coffee, and play some Sims. And then I'll be with you guys when I get ready, and we'll chit chat about what we got going on. Ha ha ha, never mind. I have to go get some oat milk because our milk is bad. All we had was whole milk anyway, so I'm kind of glad, because I prefer oat milk. Okay, oat milk acquired. Some stuff for dinner acquired, because I forgot I also have to prep dinner because we don't have time. And then to save me some time, I also got some coffee. This has 20 grams protein in it. If you guys haven't seen Slate, try them. They're super good if you're trying to get protein in where you can. Yeah, let's go home, make a smoothie, play Sims for a little bit. Because I also realized, I was like, shoot, I have to prep dinner, and I have to do some stuff before the rehearsal. So let's go do that, because I'm running out of time. So much for a day off, right? All right, I just handled some of the Nemo stuff, scheduling and like casting stuff that I had to deal with. Sometimes I go in and I'm like, oh, I need this many number of people, and then like it doesn't work with costumes, and so chit-chatting with our costume people, and making sure that was all squared away. I am gonna get ready real fast, but I had to stop because look at this guy. Hi, Canaline. And then there's Mama's in the window. Hi, Mamacitas. What are you doing? Our precious little babies. Okay, so Hugo decided that I just prep and we do dinner later. We are doing stir fry. This also means that I need to make a smoothie for myself. Now, since I'm getting hungry again, so yeah, gonna get all that. Glad I got that, because that's already kind of prepped. Let's do our smoothie first. Captain America. Why can't I open it? It's like almost too big for my little hand. Let's see. Okay, 24 grams in one scoop. 20 grams of protein, I mean, in case you were wondering. I thought today was going to be the day that I got my life together, and I don't feel like it is. But whatever. Doing like a cheeky stir fry situation. So I'm gonna cube up some chicken breast, and then when I do this, I'm gonna throw in like my marinade with it, so that way it's marinating this whole time. And it's really crazy because if you guys ever asked me if I would end up being kind of a homemaker, I probably would have told you no. Ooh. But also, there's a lot of choices that I've made in my life that probably were gonna like lead me on this path. Because everything, like career-wise choices that I've made have been about making sure that I have time for like a family and everything. So it's just crazy to me that like I can still do theater and have the career that I have. And be able to be kind of a stay-at-home wife. It'll be nice too that hopefully when it comes to like when we have kids and stuff like that, that I think it'd be really nice for us having this kind of lifestyle. And I also know that at least at Rise Up, our children are always going to be welcome, even if they're not, it's not like a children's show, right? Like, Courtney, our artistic director, also a really good friend of ours. She's a family person too. She's brought her kid to rehearsals because, you know, you do what you gotta do. So I know she's been talking about like, oh, I just can't wait till we have like our theater babies running around because she wants to have another kid. So, and me and Hugo are getting to that point a little bit. Okay, setting that aside. Okay. Now, you guys may think I'm crazy for all the sauces that I'm putting in. That is gonna have to sit. A little bit of soy sauce. I'm not gonna put too much of this because we're doing hoisin and a little teriyaki. This is always kind of what I do. A little bit of teriyaki, trying to get the hoisin out as much as possible. Now, I do go kind of heavy-handed on my sauces, so that way when I do cook my veggies in, there's extra sauce to get on that too. Okay, we have a lot of like Asian sauces. A little bit of rice vinegar. Almost out of that. But I got cider vinegar. That's fine. A little bit of sesame oil. Fish sauce. This is where you get your umami from. Yep. I only put a little bit of that because it is really overpowering. And then I'm putting some chili oil. Now, I am very fortunate to have enough time to do this. This is also stuff that I found you can do. Oh, that's getting everywhere. Even if you're doing like meal prep, but you don't want to necessarily have time to cook everything in a meal prep day, you can prep all your stuff. Marinate everything. Okay. Taking the pack that I got out from Safeway. I think I got hoisin on myself. That's great. Dumping it into container. Okay, don't worry, I did wash my board and knife. Okay. We're gonna throw a carrot in there. Don't judge the way I hold a knife, okay? This way does not feel good on my wrist. Having that finger help me line it up helps. Okay? Don't judge me. I wouldn't actually, but don't judge me. Okay? In my little neurodivergent body, that's the way it feels good, and that's how it's gonna be done. Just trying to get a lot of color in here into the stir fry guy. One of the things that I try and live by when it comes to our food is keeping it as colorful as possible and as fresh as possible. I know that sometimes, especially right now, fresh ingredients are really expensive. Also, at the same time though, they're kind of not. Throwing a bunch of spinach in there. I'm just gonna honestly probably chop off the rest of this spinach because it does shrink down quite a bit when you wilt it. I don't know what it is about this Popeyes spinach, but it, like, I didn't even do a vinegar wash on it at all today, or at all this time, and it's not wilting, and it's not getting slimy and gross. So, if you ever see that Popeye spinach, I don't like the boxes of them, I find, because they tend to go bad really quickly, especially like the ones that just have like the film. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why create that whole film thing, open close situation if the fucking, also the popcorn from the other night just chilling, I just realized. Like, why do we do that? Why create a whole mechanism where I can open and close the spinach just for it to never close properly? And then my spinach goes bad. And I'm just gonna have to transfer it into one of these anyway. What are we doing? Okay. That's all done. Dinner tonight is gonna be super easy. Pretty much just gotta make rice and heat all of that jazz up. Yeah, can't wait. Did I just throw that back in here? Yes, I did. But it's only because I only got some juice off the counter. Okay? That's it. That's it. Fight me. Oh. Never mind. I decided to fight you guys. Sorry. So now, looking at the time, it's 2:52. I have to leave in about 45 minutes. So, I think because it is supposed to be my day off, I think I'm just gonna play more Sims. Because I did the things that I really had to do today. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow. Guys, it didn't save. I was playing earlier and I could have sworn and clicked just exit, and I did, and it didn't save, and now I have to get my sim a girlfriend. Or maybe this is actually better. Hold on, let me explain first. So, I am playing the Not So Berry Challenge, Little Simsies Not So Berry Challenge. And just trying to get through it. And maybe this is better because my last generation, Great Generation, needs to hit max parenting. So maybe I'm just going to get my next guy his girlfriend, and we're just going to take it nice and slow and then try and max out this parenting as much as I can. On the generation before, and then we will move out and move on with the next generation is what I think my plan may be. So here we go. Okay, I gave the cat some treats to find. I am going to go head out to Nemo. Hugo has the week off from Nemo, so me by myself today. Okay, read through for Nemo went great. I love how that pimple is just out to play. But that is done. We are good there. Heading off to Rent now. Literally right after. It's our first like full run through I hope I remember everything because we're not allowed to use our scripts on stage today. I hope that goes well. We shall see. Alright, here we go. This is what happens. Hugo's side of the closet keeps falling down. You guys see those wonderful holes. And then what happens is it gets wedged over here in between that wall and the door. So the only way to open the door is by pushing the pull through. Yeah. So close. Keep in mind, this is the second time it's happened in 2 weeks. And he's even taken clothes off of that area. So yeah. And then when I originally called and I let our office know about like the door and the pole and everything, she goes, well, I'm gonna have to charge you for the door. And I was like, I literally couldn't open the door without breaking the door. And in order for him to fix it, because like there's nothing on the door to like get it off of the hinges from the outside. It's on the inside. But like, look at this. No hinges, no nothing. The only way to even find out what the problem originally was last week when this happened was to break the fucking door. Like, your maintenance man would have had to break the door in order to fix the problem anyway. So why am I being charged for it? Because we didn't even know what the problem was and that was our only way to figure it out. Not to mention that Hugo was late for work and it was fucking 6 a.m. when he had to leave the first day because he was going 2 hours away to work that day. And that he's also been late every day that this has happened. So I'm confused. I'm really confused. So now I have to go back today and I'm going to go talk to her in person and be like, it happened again. And because it's happened again, you're not charging me for the door. No. Also, you guys still haven't, like, since last week, you have not told me how I'm supposed to pay for the door. You also didn't tell me when I was should be expecting the new door because this is still the same broken door from last week. So, explain that to me. What? Not to mention the plumbing issues that we had. There's just constant little things here. We have a whole window that like cost us more in AC because the window is on backwards. So it doesn't close properly. So if she brings up the freaking door again, I'm gonna be like, so are you gonna fix that window in our living room too that's put on backwards that's costing us money for AC? Because technically I'm already paying for the door because I'm paying more in electrical bills. I just can't wait until like I get back to my normal. I always have a lull around like tax season because my business is a how do I put this? It's a privilege, right? Like teaching vocal lessons. It's not an essential thing in any way, shape, or form. It is for like actors who do this for a living, right? Because you kind of have to. But yeah, so I always get this lull around tax season and then I pick back up going into the summer. And then hopefully maybe we can try and look at another place, a bigger place. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go for a little walk. I think I really want to go walk all the way to Starbucks and go treat that as like my reward and then walk back. And that should be like a 30 to like, probably like a 30 to 45 minute walk. Yeah. At least it's really nice out today. Like, I'm in a sweatshirt and some shorts to do this vlog, so that's really nice. I knew these next couple of weeks I was gonna be exhausted, because that's always what happens. Closer and closer that we get to a show opening, I'm like, okay, the stress is piling up. We've already started Nemo. Company has also already begun. Ooh. Electrolytes. Trying to take care of myself as much as I can. Shit's been hard. Okay, I'm honestly not that far from Starbucks, so I should probably finish my electrolytes, because I'm trying to do that for my whole ADHD dopamine farming. Go take care of yourself, drink your electrolytes, then have your coffee. But I did fill my water bottle up all the way, and that was my mistake. My mistake. Yeah. Okay. So I walked to the further Starbucks because there were two literally across the street from each other. So I walked to the one that I know was going to be less busy, to find out that it's no longer there. I guess I haven't been to that one in a hot minute. I usually go to the drive-through one, the more popular one. So I gotta go walk back over across the street. Also, y'all, Northern California drivers, shapoopy. Let me tell you, I had two people turning as I was crossing the little like things to get in, that almost hit me, and I like had to question whether or not they were gonna stop. Like, one, why are we pulling in so hot to turns? And two, why is it that people would much rather just try and avoid you and like go around you instead of just stopping? I also just saw my property manager drive by me when the office opens in 20 minutes. So like, where are you going 20 minutes before you have to work? Especially because Lord knows I'm gonna try and be there right at 10 o'clock when your office opens to complain about this freaking closet pole. They always say that every time I order this. Do you guys see that tasty? So if you're not used to it, this is my order. Iced iced white mocha, oat milk, protein cold foam, pistachio protein cold foam. And I got an Impossible Sammy. I had to walk over to the grocery store to enjoy this. So, I'm gonna walk back and then begin the day. And I don't wanna, y'all, my ankles bitten up by freaking mosquitoes. Okay, back home, talked to our property manager, and she said that we don't have to pay for the door. She was like, you guys probably did that when you opened it, which is exactly what happened, trying to open it. So glad that's all figured out. I think they're gonna come today, otherwise I'll just put in another maintenance request and we'll figure it out. Yep, here we go. Okay, just finished editing last week's vlog. I'm gonna get a quick little belting, because every once in a while I get songs in my head or like parts of songs and I'm like, hold on, I just need to like sing it real fast. Yeah, nothing like belting an E just for fun. You can quote this. Ooh, oh, 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 I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gas fun. SNLs, you know? SNLs. Or SNGs. There we go. Good morning, Figgy fam. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I fear I may have crashed out. And I will admit, I definitely do this probably at least once a show. There are some shows where I don't crash out, and I do really appreciate those shows. But last night was my crash out moment for sure. For those of you who don't know the stage version of Rent, there is a song in it called Contact. And me and Contact are not friends. I think the most frustrating part about it is that typically the principals who are saying all of these words are not dancing normally. We happen to be dancing because it's a very small space, and I think our director wanted the principals to actually like dance it. Now with dancing, most things are on a beat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each movement is on a beat, right? What happens in the beginning of Contact, though, half of our principals are split, saying like hot, 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 sweat, sweet, or like on that, right? On that beat. Or like, please don't stop, please don't stop. That's completely on the beat, right? The other half, it's like, touch, please don't stop. I don't know how else to explain it. Go listen to Contact from Rent. Maybe then it'll make sense for you, the very beginning of it. And of course, the two people that are like the dancers in our principal cast are me and our Mimi. I'm gonna cry just talking about it, but I'm like getting so frustrated because we did it last night. Keep in mind, we're like two and a half weeks out from opening. So we're doing it last night. I get up there. I can't even think about the words that I'm doing, and then I get off on the freaking choreo, and all of us are just defeated about this number. Defeated. Like, absolutely defeated. Now, keep in mind, our choreographers are two very good friends of mine, and I love them to death, but they want us to try it one more time. And that's when I crashed out. We're sitting in notes, and they're telling us this, and I just get so frustrated because I'm defeated a little bit. The song has defeated me. I am normally like a really good perseverer when it comes to a lot of things. Especially in theater, like you have to be adaptable, right? Which is horrible for a Taurus, who's really stable and doesn't like change. But, yeah, and that's how I'm feeling today. And I know part of it is just because I'm tired. I'm so tired. In like the best way possible, right? Like I'm so grateful to have theater in my life that makes me tired. I am just a little bit frustrated with myself that everything piled up where I had to be working on 3 shows at one time and never again, because I know this about myself. It's really hard, even with my ADHD and when my superpower is juggling like a bunch of things. A lot of the time I burn out on top of it though, and not that it's a bad thing in any way, shape, or form, but Rent's been a really long rehearsal process. Really long. Like, longer than I think any of us are used to. And, that especially is, like, the part where I think I'm like, okay, well, like, we've been rehearsing for this long, right? Why didn't we try and make sure that this was, like, perfect weeks ago, right? Which I'm looking back, I'm sure we have. I'm sure we have. It's just also a weird situation because normally you like learn the music first and then do the choreo and learn the choreo. That didn't happen for this song. We learned the choreo first and then the words, which I think really, really deterred us from like getting it, right? And then I think on top of that, I have a whole other situation with like Tango Marine where I'm not usually in it, but I am. Maureen's not usually in it and I am. And then me as the dancer trying to figure out, well, I'm late every single time and then it hasn't been fixed. So I'm like, I think this is just like the situations where I have to remind myself that it's lucky that I am basically a stay-at-home wife other than my students, and I have the time and the opportunity to be able to work on stuff and like hash it out and drill it out. But that being said, I have other people in those numbers that also need to make sure that they're doing that stuff who may not have that opportunity and may not have that privilege. So, welcome to theater. Being a part of something bigger than yourself also means that you depend on other people, right? Also means that other people depend on you, so you have to make sure that you have it down, right? Have it down. So that way you're helping out the other people that are on stage with you. And I know that this is just one of those ones where I'm like, I'm just frustrated now, and I know it'll be fine, and I know that we'll get it. But also my like bandwidth for being able to handle it is interesting. So, all right, let's go to the gym, guys. I'm a little grumpy. My AirPods died. This is gonna be fun. Fun. So as you guys saw, I've been doing a lot of like balance exercises on my core days. Like part of what you guys also missed was me doing Bosu ball, like, oh come on, Bosu ball, arabesque, and passes. And if you're not a dancer, basically an arabesque is like my leg out to the back and one arm up. A passe, my leg is like in a 4, like this. There we go. It's like a 4 like this. One other leg is like keeping me balanced. But doing those on a passe ball is so hard. Luckily, that's harder than it's ever going to be on flat ground. 2 lessons today. And then Nemo, and then Rent. And that was the other thing about Rent that I like just want to touch on slightly. We have 2 call-ins because our call-ins is going to be gone for a weekend. So it's also like making the rehearsal process a little bit more challenging. Because depending on the day, we have one or the other. So yeah, that's fun. Let's go home. I think I need a shower. I do, probably, really bad. Go home, shower, get ready for the day. Try and put that laundry away that I did yesterday. Okay, here we go. At Nemo. Like, what's going on behind me? This is everyone's take on Maureen, apparently. All right, Figgy fam. It's Thursday. I'm exhausted. I have a lesson today. Then we have Nemo. And then company, we have our first rehearsal for company. And if you can't tell, it's catching up. I'm just so tired. I have not been waking up on time at all this week because just the exhaustion, I think. And it really sucks because we have 2 more weeks of this. 2 more weeks. So, like, I didn't even put on makeup today. Didn't do anything. And then Nemo's kind of, like, hard this week, too, because I don't have a lot of kids. It's spring break for them. So, that's been fun. This first week. Can't really do much. Yeah. So today we are doing like the first couple parts of the show, the first couple scenes, and I'm gonna try and get the bones of everything in, and then when most of those kids who are gone this week come back next week, it'll be a little bit easier to just like push them in, right? That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm really hoping for. So should be fun. Should be very fun. On my way to my students right now, and then I'm probably gonna need to eat something, so probably go do that. But yeah, come along on this wonderful Thursday. I'm gonna head over to this little restaurant in the area of our town where my student is. It's called Selland's Market. A lot of people don't realize that our city up here in the north actually is known for a lot of food. Our city specifically has multiple like Michelin star restaurants, and so we have this family, that the Sellands, named after the chef family. They own another restaurant called The Kitchen here, which is like one chef cooking for like 10 people. It's crazy. So one of their other restaurants here I'm gonna check out. It's like little like European style kind of restaurant, counter service, super delicious. They have a cider from the cidery here in town. Okay, at Selland's, got a chicken prosciutto sandwich and a cider. So chicken prosciutto, Swiss, lettuce and some mayo. Super delicious. All right, thank you so much, Figgy Fam, for joining us on another weekly vlog. Yes, things are getting exciting and strange and hard. So we are trying our best to film everything as much as we can. Yeah, so stay along. Hopefully there's some more exciting stuff happening next week. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out last week's vlog, that's going to be over here. Otherwise, make sure that you hit that notification bell, the thumbs up, and that subscribe button down below. We can't wait to hang out with you guys. Thank you. Bye.